Hello and welcome to Not Every Single. I'm Joe.
And I'm Stephanie.
Okay, a while back we talked about Gwen Stefani and her mysterious, not talked about, completely scrapped album from 2021. I don't even know what it was going to be called. The rollout was completely halted.
I wouldn't say it's not talked about. I would say it's been...
Not talked about by their camp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the fans, there's been much discussion.
So we had the singles, Let Me Reintroduce Myself. We had the single Slow Clap, which I think killed the whole thing.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen that video, I'll throw it up here. Kind of a fascinating tale of a pop album that could have been and then totally wasn't. And now we're here with attempt number 2 at a rollout. We have a new single, True Babe. What did you think of True Babe?
I felt like a bit of a roller coaster with this song.
Really?
In not maybe the way you expect. I guess it came in and I was like, I recognize this guitar part. It's something. And then I had to ask you, it's Where Is My Mind?
Yeah. Melody-wise, it is very similar to Where Is My Mind, less bending than Joey Santiago's guitar work on that, but same melody.
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. I mean, not that it's not the worst thing in the world. It was just distracting me.
Because you were trying to place it.
What is that? And then the first lyric comes in and I hate it.
Your tattoo still looks cute to me.
Your tattoo still looks cute to me.
Yeah, not a great, strong opening lyric that hooks you in. But from there, I think it gets a little better.
Yeah, I kind of hated the vocal delivery at first, too. But I think I was just so, immediately what are you saying? It's growing on me a little bit. But I still have to say I think the chorus is much better than the verses.
Okay, I'm going to go out on a limb here. This may seem extreme. This may seem like recency bias. But I've been listening to this thing for 2 days straight. I got to say the chorus, if not 10 out of 10, is like 9 out of 10. I love the chorus. I love everything about it. I love its simplicity in the lyric. You know, that the sentiment that's been done over and over and over again. But if done correctly, it kind of doesn't get old, you know?
Yeah, that's what really won me over the first time. Okay, maybe I can be really into this because there's a lot I'm not into. I'm no judgment on Gwen and her personal life, whatever. I hope she's very happy. I'm not going to talk about the whatever that she claims to not have had any work done on her face.
I've never heard that.
But the cover art and I was actually intrigued by the title of the song. And then there was kind of a little bait and switch I actually enjoyed of the way True Babe, you'd think it's you're a real babe.
You're a true babe.
And it's it's True Babe. I was like, oh, that's kind of a funny.
True comma
cool,
babe.
Yeah.
Yes.
There should be a comma in the title. That'd be pretty interesting.
But you're right, the cover art is atrocious. We do have to acknowledge it. Now, we're sticklers for cover art. If you watch this channel, we go hard on cover art sometimes. And I gotta say, this is some of the worst cover art I've seen. Yeah,
and a lot of people a little down on her look. It's not that far. I'm just saying the outfit and stuff.
Yeah,
it's not too far afield from what she's done in the past, but I just don't see it as she used to always push the envelope forward fashion-wise, and this just kind of feels like a stylist came in and was like, here you go, this is a Gwen outfit.
Right. Yeah, not something that really intrigues you to listen, where you're caught with this new style, ooh, I gotta hear what this sounds like. Yeah. But then you get to that chorus and there's so many things I love about it. The simplicity is one thing, but let's talk about drum and bass.
Okay.
Because this is just a solid performance. It almost, this is a weird one. It almost reminds me of Gary Newman, Cars.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That really solid boppy drum and bass thing. It's been stuck in my head for 2 days now, and I love it. It can stay stuck in my head.
Cool.
And it's got here's the thing that I love too. Her voice. I can't recall a lot of times where her voice had gain on it, a little distortion. And when this chorus hits, her voice is a little distorted. It really makes it pop. It's an interesting twist on what she usually does, like production wise on her voice. And so, yeah, I'm loving that chorus, and the rest of the song, you know, I would say is fine to good.
Yeah.
But it's just so elevated by that hook.
Yeah. And I will say too that I think performance wise, I think she's giving the right kind of vocal performance for like my taste. I think there's elements in it of like, it just, you know, every time I see her and hear her talking and stuff, I'm just like, she just doesn't seem to have that thing that like so drew me to her when I was younger. And then she like sings a song like this and I'm like, okay, it's still in there somewhere. It's still like, she really can sing a song. She's not a technical singer in a pop sense, though she has quite, you know, a great voice. But the way she delivers and goes in, just inflects and
Sure.
sings things is very unique to her. And I was really present. I was actually really surprised that it wasn't just sort of a bland phoned in vocal performance.
Yeah, you have a bit of quirk in the hook that like true, and it's like I can't do it obviously.
True babe.
Yeah, it's like going up and doing this unique thing that maybe on paper wouldn't work, but she sells it, and it's got that interesting cool factor. And it's got some like distorted guitars and stuff that at least maybe reminds you of some of your favorite No Doubt things from the past.
Yeah, and some of like the good, you know, solo stuff. I mean, thinking back on past solo albums, like obviously Love Angel Music Baby was a phenomenon.
Classic.
Sweet Escape didn't do as well, but has some really great stuff on it. Here's the thing. You know, we're coming off of Let Me Reintroduce Myself, which I find to be sparkless personally. Like it just doesn't, it's like on paper, it's a good song, but I just don't care about it. Slow Clap, which actually has really good verses. I was just re-listening. It was like the verses are solid.
Doesn't even matter.
I know. That's the opposite of this song. The chorus just completely ruins it.
I did go back and listen to those, and Let Me Reintroduce Myself, I thought was like, I can hear the Eric Stefani writing credit in there. It's cool that they're back together. Like, I get it. I get that it kind of sounds like the past and they're bringing it back, but maybe not the strongest lead single in the world. And then you get to Slow Clap, and it's like every single time I forget just how god awful and atrocious that hook is. It's bad.
Clap-de-clap should never be.
Clap-de-clap.
But my point being, if you go back to the other two solo albums, there are super clunkers on both of those albums, really bad songs on both of those albums. And there's incredible songs on both of those albums. Like even going to, you know, 4 a.m. off Sweet Escape, Cool, and just like I love pretty much most of Love Angel Music Baby.
Yeah.
But like there's this one called A Long Way to Go with like Andre 3000 where they like sing about like racism and it's so cringy. It's like I can't even listen to it now.
Well, it was 2004.
Yeah, I mean they were trying something, and at least she had Andre 3000 on. It wasn't just her.
Yeah.
But you know, it's like she's always been inconsistent, and she's trying things, and she's working with different producers. She's not just like sitting back on her laurels musically. So, you know, I gotta respect that, because there's plenty of stuff you could really, and people still do criticize her about with some of those songs, Harajuku Girls, anyone.
Sure.
And you know, but then there's ones that swing and are out of the park. You know, think about, you know, Rich Girl, how huge that was. Hollow Back Girl. Like Hollow Back Girl does not make sense as a thing.
That's what I was going to bring up.
Yeah.
Like, you're right. She kind of like swings for the fences every time, and a lot of the time it doesn't work. And then when it does, it's like, wow, how did that work? Like, how did like the whole bananas thing in Holla Back Girl become such like a pop culture osmosis thing? She's kind of like Joaquin Phoenix from Signs, where he's like, it felt wrong not to swing, you know? He just goes for it every time. He's got the strikeout record, but he's also got the home run record.
Yeah.
So that's my analysis for this video.
We're going to call it Gwen Stefani
pulls a Merrill Hess. We just watched it. That's why I remember the name.
I mean, to me, this one, it is definitely not an out of the park single for me, but it's solid enough that I'm hoping we'll get more than 2 singles out of it.
You're right. Maybe we'll get an actual album.
Maybe. We don't even have an album announcement. So yeah, I just want to know, like, I read a little bit of reaction to this. I think it's kind of mixed. I totally understand that. I'm not mad at people who don't like it. I'm not mad at people who do like it.
I'm mad.
You're mad about, if people don't like the chorus, that is kind of weird.
If you don't like the chorus, I'm mad.
Oh, and I have one more quick point.
Okay.
Because
Go for it.
I just also, one of the things too that was a little hurdle for me to get over as a longtime listener from all the way back from like Tragic Kingdom, from No Doubt on, is like, we don't need these kind of songs anymore from her about how much she loves her partner and like forever is going to be with them forever.
Yes, they haven't been quite evergreen.
Yeah, I mean, some of the songs it doesn't matter, like something like Underneath It All off of like Rock Steady, and there's some beautiful love songs she's written. This is like lyrically it's very basic, and we all know, like, you know, she's been with some different people, there's been some rocky relationships, there's nothing wrong with that, but like, you know, you at least slow clap and let me reintroduce myself, where I'm not about like how much she loves her partner.
How much I love this guy. Yeah, it is something she does write about a lot.
I think like,
but it's something that a lot of pop artists write about a lot. It
is, and that's why you can't really knock it. But like, again, as I say, just for as someone who's listened to for a long time, it's like, first of all, you have much, like 1,000 times better lyrics about love than this on many other songs. And second of all, it's like, you're like 53. What else is going on with your life? You know?
Yeah.
Tell me some of your thoughts.
I want to hear like, looking back on it all, this whole experience, this crazy ride that you've had. Like, how does that feel now in your 50s looking back? Like, there's a lot of interesting stuff to write about.
And write about, like, the last, year or whatever, when people were, like, trashing you. Like, how are you coming out of that? Like, hopefully there'll be some other songs that address these kind of things.
Totally. I'm really interested to hear a follow-up single. What else does this potential album have to offer? I'm guessing that those 2 singles won't be on there. I don't think Gwen Stefani is involved anymore. So very weird story of how we get to this album, but hey, I love this chorus so much, I don't even care. Just give me more of that. Give me more of that and I'll be happy.
I'm just going to wait for the tour where she like busts out Slow Clap and everyone gets pumped. It'll be like, Slow Clap.
It'll be like going to see The Room in the theater. It's like, you kind of do it, like, ironically.
You just gotta do it, yeah.
Just have fun with it. One last thing I'll say is, like, I can hear the obvious pitch correction, and she doesn't need it. It doesn't need to be 100% perfect.
Nope.
If you don't know what I'm talking about, go to right before the first chorus with "In My Life." It's very obvious. You'll hear that like and like snaps it back into to the correct note. It doesn't need to be 100% perfect. I just want to hear her sing. Take it off of there. It doesn't need to be there.
We'll be your next producers, Gwen Stefani.
Yeah, and I won't use pitch correction. At least I won't use it that obviously in a major commercial song. Like I shouldn't be able to hear it like that unless it's like an intended effect, like say NDA, Billie Eilish. Like obviously that's like putting distortion on the vocal or something. That was my last little thing. Tell me what you guys think of this new single, and are you excited for there to be an album now? and yeah, if you like hearing us talk about pop music as an art form, that's what we do here on this channel. Go ahead and subscribe, stick around. I want to hear what you think. Thanks for watching. This is Not Every Single. I'm Stephanie.
And I'm Joe.
Gotcha. All right, see ya.
Bye.